Hey y'all, hey, it's me, V, the CPS Scholar, dropping in for a quick Sunday live. I just felt like jumping on here because I haven't seen you guys in a while. I missed y'all. I hope this video finds you happy, safe, and loved. As my intro says, I am here for reaction, reviews, and grown-up conversations. And I'm known as the CPS Scholar, and my motto is "What are we learning today?" And what we learning on Love Is Blind is the dating pool definitely has pee in it, and now I don't feel so bad. Oh my god! But anyways, the dating pool has pee in it, and if you follow this channel, you know I love dating shows. I drop in and out. If I see something that I want to react to, I react to it. Why? Because I have a real life with real people, real jobs. Not that y'all ain't real. I love y'all. I made this channel for you guys. But let me give you a little bit of a catch up of what's been going on with me in YouTube land. So I've been dropping in, dropping out, mostly dropping shorts. Shout out to the subscribers, the people who are hitting like, the ones who are stopping in on my shorts. And baby, I'm controversial on my shorts. And one of the questions I get asked is, "Oh, why are the shorts comments disabled?" And then as soon as I disable the comments, I have to remember why, but it's really not why. I could care less what people say to me, especially gutter snipes. But the reason that the comments are shut off because the shorts, the algorithm works where the shorts go into the stratosphere. It has so many views, and since this is not my everyday gig, I just don't want to be bothered with answering all the comments, the trolls, all of this stuff. So I say what I got to say, or I might drop a video of where I'm at to show, the beauty of where I live. And then I keep it moving. But on my regular videos, I have comments because I know y'all are my ride or dies. My comments are open because y'all are my ride or dies. And we're going to have a good conversation, whether we agree or not. The latest short I dropped, I think, was on Krishan Rock. And it was funny because the situation isn't funny because the baby, needs to be kept safe. But it was funny the amount of ladies who are like encouraging the foolishness. And I've noticed a lot in these social media streets. Shout out to Janice Hilton, but people say not to judge, but you guys are not giving people guidance. You're not doing discernment. You're not doing anything. You're letting people be lost and just not helping them at all. And if anybody says anything, they're a hater or they're not making enough money. Please believe I do okay. And not on here. Not from here. So shout out to everybody who's been here, like my day ones. Like I said, I got 2 projects about to drop and I can't wait to bring them to you. And one of them is so close. It's so close. And you'll see me start advertising it. It's a lifelong project that I've been working on, and I'm super excited to bring it to you all. Shout out to the replay gang. I love y'all. Anyways, what are we here for? Love Is Blind Season 5, episodes 1 through 4. I don't know these people in real life, so I just sit back and enjoy how people maneuver, get through the minutia of dating, getting to see people, how they run into people when they have past, maybe if they have some toxic tendencies, how they self-reflect. And baby, it's all here on Love Is Blind. This is season 5. I'm still going to say season 1 and 2 were better, but baby, they said ditch the love. We bring in the drama for Love Is Blind. So let's go through the cast real quick. There's only a couple storylines I actually give half a darn about. You can't really cuss on YouTube until like 15 minutes in. But they have some really, really interesting people on here. The funny part is when I first saw the cast, I was like, ooh, this cast looks super duper unseasoned. But let's go through real quick. Let's do the women. First off, we have Aaliyah. She's 29. She's an ICU travel nurse. She is beautiful to me. She looked like my homegirl. A couple of my homegirl from school and everything. She's a girl next door type. They kind of did it, but they actually did a black girl next door type. Amazing. I guess Cameron would be too. So they're good at that on Love is Blind. But baby, what they'll do is they'll load up the cast with a bunch of black women and they'll have throw a couple plus size people in there and then find a way to not feature them and get away with not having any plus size or black people on here at all. So we see you, Netflix. So Leah's an ICU travel nurse. She flies all around the country for work, but comes to love, she always missing her connection. She's been living a single life for more than a year and keeps meeting men who aren't truly ready to commit and lack honesty, loyalty, and consistency. Aaliyah's dream guy is an intellectual foodie. Me too, girl. Who can feed their stomach and their mind. If she can stop overthinking, pure and gentle relationship she's seeking could be right around the corner or through a glowing blue wall. You know, if you don't know the premise of the show, a bunch of singles from an area come together, they go into the pods and they date without seeing each other. You get to a point where you propose, and once you get past, you meet, actually see each other in person. Then you go to a trip of the resort. You meet different people. They always throw drama in because you get to see the people you didn't choose, and the effery starts. Then once you go through that, you go to a wedding and you decide whether love is blind and you actually want to be with the person that you chose on the other side of that wall. Either way, the next person is Stephania. That's her name. Ooh. She's pretty. I think she's gorgeous. She was not featured on this show enough. Like I said, she's a teacher and a dancer. Then we have Chandra. Chandra actually looked like one of my cousins, so I can't unsee it. She's a flight attendant. She's super pretty. I saw them flash by her. Like I said, they'll put a whole bunch of diversity on here, but they won't really get on the show. We have Maris. She's an HR specialist, and she's 30. We have Paige. I do not remember this lady at all. Were you on this show? I don't know. Anyway, she's a stylist. Renee. I do remember Renee. She was really, really hyped up. And I remember her tagline tripping me out because I believe she said she's looking for her baby daddy. Y'all claim it's the sisters that are always looking for baby daddies, but she was looking for her baby daddy on this show. So she said she feels like she's been single forever as she's been extremely focused on her career in the 5 years since her major relationship ended. Now she's ready to step into a new chapter and straight into the arms of a very manly man. Yes, we're here for the manly man. Very preferred. Girl, did you read my mind? All right, who can get down with her homebody lifestyle and a menagerie of pets. Girl, is you the cat lady? Anyways, but Renee knows that she'll have to fight her tendency to be overly picky to start a family with a live-in hubby. That is if she can keep track of her dates, as she has a bad habit of forgetting people's name. Oh, girl, me too. Anyways, this is Lydia. She's a geologist. Yeah, she's cute on the screen, but as we get into the show, we realize, baby, she got issues. Anyway, she's a geologist. We'll talk about her later. Oh, this lady's gorgeous. Her name is Erica. We didn't barely see this lady either. Was she on the show? Anyway, she's a marketing manager. She has 3 years of dating app disappointments. No comment. It pushed her to take a leap of faith and enter into the pod. So she's going to find her man in the pods. She was not featured. If you don't know about this show only features a few of the couples. Sometimes they even get engaged and we don't know. So this is Miriam. Because she's not going to be picked by anything, she keeps like being featured and shown and being the friend that people go to cry on their shoulders or whatever. But she's a beautiful lady. Miriam was suspect. Miriam was basically, hi Colton. Hi. That's one of my day ones. Hey. Okay, so Miriam was suspect because she couldn't tell people where she worked. She couldn't tell people where she lived. She was hiding everything. I believe she was Nigerian. Let me look at her bio. And I think I figured out, allegedly, because I don't know these people in real life, why she's not telling what she does. So what's cool about her is she's a scientist. She's 32. Hey, STEM girl. We love STEM girls. But she was suspect because I think Uche was asking her where she was from. She was like, "Oh, I'm Nigerian," but then she said, "I live in Russia," but then she's like, "Oops, I don't really live there anymore. I live in Houston. I came back to sell skincare products." Baby, you selling bleaching cream. I know you're selling me bleaching cream. You're not fooling me. That's why, and you know you're gonna get a backlash from people realizing that you sell bleaching cream. Stop it, I say. Stop it. But yeah, she was something else, Miriam. But she was the one that people would go to hug and cry on. Then we have Stacy. She's the party girl. We'll talk about her more later, but she's 34 and she's the director of operations. I don't know if you've ever met somebody who is a director of operations. I've met plenty. They are on point with logistics. They're all about the details. But I have a bias against her, not because she's not beautiful, but every slim, beautiful, blonde lady that they bring on this show turns out to be the villain. And I hope they don't give this lady a villain edit. If you know, you know. Anyway, she's been single less than a year, and you already in these pods. All right, she's pushing herself to open up and be vulnerable and find the man of her dreams. She's seeking a family-oriented, outgoing, driven individual. I can't speak today. Then we have Johnny. Baby Johnny is 32 and she's a lawyer. And baby, she is on foolishness. Johnny basically is a lawyer. She said her mom told her that she might not be built for a relationship. When your own mama tell you, you probably don't need a man because something might be wrong with you. Dang. But then we have toxic mamas too, so we're not even gonna go there. But Johnny, let's see what she was looking for. Johnny is proud to be a constant work in progress because that means she's always growing. As a lawyer, she has tremendous success in her career. All the ladies are always successful, but hasn't been lucky in love because she always seems to pick the wrong kind of man. Her usual type is slightly younger, pretty boy. Oh, that makes sense about what's about to happen. Anyways, this is a rant. It's not a detailed blow by blow of episodes 1 through 4, but I'm going to speak about what I saw and I was like, what the hell is going on? Then you have Linda, 32, talent acquisition recruiter. She's okay. This HR, y'all. She's from HR. But anyways, very pretty lady. Her name is her name means pretty in Spanish, Linda. And then we have Mayra. I don't remember this lady at all, but she a cute little thick little white girl. Anyway, she's a minister. Okay, she's gonna pray with you. All right. Oh, she wants to find a Ryan Reynolds lookalike who loves God. Okay. As one of the first Hispanic ministers of Southern Baptist convict. Oh Lord. Anyways, they didn't highlight this lady. I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself. But a white Hispanic who works at a Southern Baptist church. Mayra says she has to stop allowing things to be okay when they aren't going forward. She knows that the perfect match is a guy who ends up sacrificing comfortability to make it work. Okay, she wants somebody that's gonna compromise. Then we have Taylor. Taylor actually gets featured later. I think Taylor is adorable. She has a nice shape. She reminds me of Blair from The Facts of Life. If you're old, you'll know what the hell I'm talking about. She says she's tired of dating off of looks. She's looking for a soul connection in the pods. She's laser focused on meeting her future husband. Oh, that after what happened? Okay, I'm not gonna go there. All right, we're gonna go to the men. Robert. He looked like this man I used to work with. But he got a little bit of Mr. Rogers going on. He looks like he's been single for 2 years. I did not see this man at all. Okay, this man right here, his name is Izzy, and he is Bay. He is 31, and he is in sales. He the only man that looked good to me. That was the only one that looked, and it makes sense. He bald with a beard. He was the only man that looked good to me. But as episodes go on, I'm like, Lord, I don't know how to pick people, Lord. I sure enough don't. Anyways, let's see what Izzy was talking about before we saw what he really had going on. Izzy is proactively searching for a forever type of vibe and has gone 2 or 3 dates a week for the past year and a half. Oh, he been dating. Okay. But he has yet to meet his perfect match because he's often not on the same page emotionally because something is wrong with you, Izzy. Something is wrong with you, Izzy. Anyways, Izzy's dream girl would be able to join him in the gym or on the beach for sand volleyball. So athletic women are on top of his mind. Okay. And if she has blonde hair and beautifully colored eyes, it's a plus. That, oh my God, that makes sense. That makes sense. But most importantly, Izzy hopes to have be open-minded, good communicator who can love him unconditionally. Is what he's hope that person is waiting for him in the pods. Oh, that how that plays out makes total sense. We have Chris. He has history of going for the wrong women. Oh Lord, Chris. Oh Lord. He's a project manager for commercial and retail development. Very familiar with that. He's only 28. All right, he's a baby. Ephraim. Was this man on the show? Some of these people I never saw before in my life. Okay. Anyways, Ephraim. He is a software sales. He's 27. Very cute. Ephraim might be a dating app pro, but he's grown tired of connecting with women who are unable to hang out in person. That makes sense. And talking to multiple people at one time. Yeah, okay. It makes sense. Do I need to go into the damn pods? Not finna. No. Okay, Ernesto. Didn't see this man at all either. 32 supply chain manager. What up, supply chain? He falls for women who, based on looks, but signed up for an experiment to keep the physical and learn that person's mind first. Whereby, I don't even think he was on the show. Connor. Okay, Connor. I see what the problem is. Connor is 31 and he's a geoscientist. Shout out to STEM. Connor is used to figuring out what lies beneath the surface, so he just might be perfect for the candidate for Love is Blind. After years of putting his career above all else, yeah, that's where you messed up at. Enoch, I didn't see Enoch at all. He's 27 and a financial advisor. Looks like he is about to sell you some insurance. Jared, university director, 34. Okay, I see that. He likes ladies who appreciate a dad joke and a quirky personality will immediately gravitate toward Jared. Yeah, I see that. I see that. So, I just want to throw something out there. A lot of people think that Black people are a monolith and we're not. We are all over the place. We have all kinds. So if you're looking for somebody, I mean, you can find it. You can find it. Then we have Captain America, aka Jared. He's 32 and he's a firefighter. Jared might pose in his local he might pose in his local fireman calendars, but when it comes to dating, he needs some help coming out of his shell. Okay, he didn't get in depth with his relationships, and they've always lacked a genuine connection. Oh, he's in Houston. He said Houston is too superficial for his taste, and the bars aren't geared toward long-term commitment. After Ready to Love, but that was Dallas. That was a dumpster fire. Okay, Josh, 32 sales representative. Oh, okay, Carter. He's too young for me. Carter is in construction. He look like the Bronny man for real. Okay, and he's a self-described hopeless romantic. He says he's a perfect combination of naive and spontaneous to get in the very most out of the experiment, and he's never been more ready for a lifetime commitment. Admitting that past relationships, he still has some growing to do. Okay, cool. Justice, love the name. 28, and he is a personal trainer. Oh, he stayed thirsty. He said he liked to drink water. Okay, that's a personality trait. Anyways, he's a good listener, and he can be supportive and romantic on occasion. Oh, no. Now, this is Milton, y'all. This is Milton. And when I see Milton, all I see, I ain't gonna front, because y'all like to lie on these people's internet. He looks like a whisperer to me. And we begin to rock. Steady rocking all night long. Yes. Okay, Milton. Milton is a petroleum engineer. Oh, that makes sense. Shout out to STEM. He's 20. He young as hell. He might be the youngest guy in the pods, but believes he's mature enough to start looking for his future wife. He's typically drawn to women that are older than he is. Okay, makes sense. But he doesn't have a specific type. Here we go, Uche. I had this same outfit on last week. I wish I was lying, y'all. I had this same outfit on last week. He's 34 and he's a lawyer / entrepreneur. What are you going to sell us, Uche? Other than lies and disappointment. As a lawyer, he used to letting his analytical mindset take over, but in the pods, he knows that he'll have to lead with his heart. After being single for 2 years, he's ready to switch up his dating habits, especially when it comes to putting emphasis on physical appearance. Instead, Uche is looking to connect with ambitious women with good sense of humor who will join him to create an us against the world type of life. All right. So that is all the people that are on the cast. Let's get back on the screen. So, like I said, this is a rant, not a step by step. But my first thoughts of this, baby, it's nerds everywhere. It's nerds everywhere, and I love it. I appreciate y'all know if you watch my channel, you know I enjoy, truly enjoy STEM, smart people. I'm not saying other people can't be smart. Intellectual conversations. I'm a sapiosexual, so that is what I like. That's what I'm here for. So I'm here for the nerds or whatever. And then I'm like, but a little bit, it's like, oh my God, like y'all out of control. So let's go ahead and talk about what happened in the first 4 episodes. Talk about who became couples. So in the pods, for me, so you had the main people that stood out to me were, as you see here, Aaliyah, Uche, and Lydia. This love triangle is a cluster F. So Uche and Aaliyah get in the pods, and baby, it was on and popping. I was excited. I said, "Oh, this is gonna be another Tiffany and Brett. Okay, we here for Black love. This is gonna be so good." So he's telling this girl everything she want to hear. He's like, "Oh, I love you. You're amazing. I'm not leaving without you. We gonna make this happen." He said. They both said, "What are the pet peeves of each other?" And they were like, "Oh," he said, "I don't like liars." And she said, "I don't like liars either." So then they start talking about things that happened in the past. And Aaliyah done messed around and told this man that in her last relationship, he asked if have you ever cheated? And she was like, "Oh no. Oh no." The TikTok. She was like, "Should I say anything?" And she was like, "Yeah, I cheated." He was like, "I cheated too." He said, "Well, how long ago was it?" And she said, in the past 2 years." He said, "Oh, so you a recent cheater." Baby, I said, "Oh." He said you're a recent cheater because she cheated on her man because he was not good in the bedroom, and she kept telling him that he wasn't good in the bedroom, but he wasn't really doing anything about it. So she went out one night and she smashed. So she went out there and cheated. She felt guilty about it. And she told Uche, and it was 2 years ago, and that man turned into Frank Mitchell, box fade and all, and started judging her. "Oh, you can't control. Did you tell him?" And she was like, "No." "Well, did you not tell him for you, or did you not tell him for him?" "Oh, I didn't tell him for him." She was like, "Because I didn't want to hurt his feelings." He was like, "No, you just didn't want to feel guilty because you knew you were out here." Then he turns around to say he cheated, but because he was 18, it don't count, and she a cheater. So she started boohoo crying because he was just telling her dreams and saying that they was in love 5 minutes earlier, and now he said you were cheating. He was acting like she walked in here like he acted like she was the biggest hoochie on the planet. I was like, what the? Like, it wasn't even me. And I was like, this man is going hard. He was talking to her crazy. Then towards the end, he was like, "Oh, I'm just so happy you actually told me." But by the time he did all that, she already left. She was boohoo crying off in the cut somewhere. Because he basically called her the whore of Babylon. I said, "Oh my God." I said, "You cannot be with this man. Cheating is not right, but the way he handled that lady, you cannot be with this man. He is about to drag you, and you probably should have never told him because he is about to drag you." even though he's a cheater his damn self. But it comes back later what's really going on after he sat there judging her and come to find out he's the F-boy in disguise. So Uche and Aaliyah really, that whole situation really, really hurt my feelings. Then you had, and she ends up crying in the end, and we find out why. So then we find out we have Lydia and Izzy. Lydia and Izzy, as soon as Lydia got in there, Lydia was like, Izzy, you my number one. I said, red flag. Red flag. You ain't even see the man yet. See, I saw the man and said he was fine. So at least I had something visual to go off of. She was like, you're my number one. What I noticed about Izzy and his fine self is that Izzy has a social issue. He has an issue. Izzy talked about his background. Oh, a lot of people on here, baby, they should have went to therapy before they went on here, but I'm sure it makes a good show. Izzy had like a crazy childhood background. He was raised with Jehovah's Witness, and he said that he felt left out from the other kids because he couldn't do say it was Easter or some other holiday, and he had to be pulled off to the side. And I think one time his friend invited him to an Easter party, and he was out there playing, and his dad had a fit and pulled him away. And baby, in the middle of all that melee, come to find out, his dad wasn't actually his dad. So Izzy has problems, and he hasn't addressed them. He said the first time he got a Christmas tree, he kept it up for 6 months because he was so happy that he was able to have a Christmas tree, which is understood. And then they asked him if he was a Jehovah's Witness, and he was like, oh God, no. I was like, dang, not y'all going in on the Jehovah's Witness? I dated a Jehovah's Witness before. But anyways, and I know a couple of myself. But he's like, oh God, no. I was like, oh my gosh. But Izzy likes to play. I noticed that Izzy in the pods he's gonna tell you what you want to hear, but he's never gonna divulge how he really feels. And he had two choices. He had Johnny the lawyer, and he had that girl Stacy I showed you guys earlier. And now that I look at Stacy and I see that he was looking for somebody with blonde and blue eyes and athletic, I see why he did what he did. But Johnny was going all in. Johnny was like, and he was matching her energy. He was matching her energy. And then I think Johnny actually told the truth, because see what happened was Izzy had been engaged and Johnny had been married before. So Johnny had been married before, and it comes out that she was married to a guy and they got divorced because she told him that she was actually in love with her ex, who died of an overdose. So she married the rebound guy, and it all went to crap. And then Johnny got ways too, because Johnny was going around getting upset, saying, if he chooses Stacy, they're going to be miserable, going to different people. She's vindictive and catty. And she felt like Izzy belonged to her. And so that's why she was going so hard on Stacy. Stacy was playing the game. Stacy was like, I'm not going to tell anybody my connections. I'm just going to move. And Izzy was her connection too. But when she went in there and told Izzy that she was actually in love with the addict who passed away, and he was like, oh, this too much drama for me. I'm out. So she had dumped Chris. Chris, I believe Chris was a project manager. Chris had divulged his whole life to her. I told about how he's iffy about being intimate because he had his goodies taken against his will at spring break, and a lot of people don't understand it because he's a man. He broke all that down. He was so in love, and then she went and told him that Izzy was her connection, dumped him, broke his heart. Izzy dumped her for Stacy, and then she went back and tried to go get Chris, and he said no, and she devastated. Girl, your mama might be right. You're toxic. You're not supposed to be in a relationship. It's a hot ass, ghetto ass mess. So let's go to Milton and Lydia. Lydia talked too much. She don't realize she talked too much. She's loud. She's obnoxious. Her first choice was Izzy, but Izzy told her that they weren't a connection because she was going there. amor, I love you so much. You're so great. You're so amazing. He'd be like, that's cool. Like the way he was answering, I said he do not like this lady. And he promptly told her she wasn't his top connection. She was devastated. So she went back to Milton, where Milton and her had connected over rocks because she's a I think she has a degree in biology and science, so she's a geologist, and he's a petroleum engineer, which means he worked with rock to get to the dang on oil. So they were sitting there and talking about rocks. He wanted to show her his microscope, not the real one. Y'all stop being nasty. But he wanted to show her his microscope, and they were living it up. But the problem was, Lydia is 30, and Milton, aka the Whisper, he's 24. Ain't no way in hell. And when you see season going on, his mother even said, like, what do you want with this 24-year-old dude? Milton told about his background, where he was born in Hawaii, was raised in Japan. It makes sense because that's how he looks to me. And also he broke it down that he might not live long because of his height, which makes me think he has some type of genetic thing, and he's asking Lydia if she could be with him if he can't walk anymore. I think he has some type of syndrome that I'm not going to call the name because I know somebody else who has it. So he doesn't look that tall to me, but he might be taller than he looks in that syndrome. They don't live long or whatever. So he was putting that on. That makes sense why he's on here at 24 trying to find a wife real quick. He pretty much was all about Lydia. Lydia was all about Izzy. Izzy was all about Stacey. So while you chasing somebody else, they might be chasing somebody else who's chasing you. Shout out to My Best Friend's Wedding, if you know what that's the movie that's from. So she goes back and said, I'm gonna look past your age and see you for you. And then she said, I'll marry you. And it makes sense because her bio says that she's willing to get married at all costs. This lady, Lydia, is the villain of the show, and she's sweeping Milton up in her web, and he is smitten with her. So when it comes out, the big tee, if you haven't seen it, you need to move on. I'm about to spoil it. Comes to find out that Uche and Lydia used to be together. Heck, they smashed 3 months before this show. 3 months before this show. So it comes out, and baby, did you forget about Aaliyah? Aaliyah started boo-hoo crying. Boo-hoo crying. And Lydia was comforting her, saying, it'll be okay. It's not going to cause anything. And now it felt like Aaliyah and Lydia was in love. And Uche just so happened to be there. It was giving throuple vibes. The way Lydia was caressing her neck. I said, oh no, I'm all right with throuple. You do what you do. But she knows she slept with Uche before Aaliyah talked to him, and she was all in this lady's face comforting her when Uche had hurt her feelings. Once again, we got a black woman on the reality show getting dogged out and crying. This don't never get old. I don't know what y'all think. Let me know in the comments. But either way, that's the big drama on this season. There's love triangles. Izzy, Stacey, and what the hell that name is? Oh my God, Johnny. And everybody is not choosing each other the way you thought they were going to choose each other. The only couple that chooses each other straight out is Taylor and JP. And so when they actually meet, it was amazing because it was a whole lot of sugar buzz, and you so fine. Like you could tell, he said, you're so pretty. JP thought she was fine. JP thought she was fine, but Taylor made some comments. I was like, uh-oh. She said, see, this proves that looks don't matter. I don't usually date people with a gap. And the gap was really little. Like, I think, you look? Yeah, baby, my teeth is white, y'all. I go to the dentist. See, I got a little gap here. But anyways, so JP was all in, kissing all over her, saying how beautiful, fine she was. She was kissing him back and calling him sugar butt, and he was calling her sugar, and they were like, sugar butt. And it was a beautiful all-American love story, a firefighter, and what the heck is Taylor again? I forgot, a teacher. And that makes sense because JP said he never had, he had issues with his mother, and it makes sense that he would find somebody that would be a nurturer. Total sense. It's like a case study, y'all. And then so the three couples are JP. Sorry, y'all. JP and Taylor. Milton and Lydia, the troublemaker. They haven't met in person, baby. When she see that hairline pushed back and that whispers mustache, I'm sorry, I'm talking about Liz because this is Love is Blind. I wonder how she gonna feel. And then the big finale. Uche, who been dragging this girl, convincing her that he still love her, all this other crazy stuff. Leah, baby. He goes to the podcast. He finna go and propose to Aaliyah. And there was so much lies before then because I think Lydia told Milton. Oh, when Milton found out that Lydia used to mess with Uche, he was like, why you ain't tell me? It took him a minute. She lied and said she dumped Uche. And then Uche said he dumped Lydia. So it was already a disconnect. Then when they came in the pods originally, Lydia asked Uche, could they try and have another chance? And she told everybody else the opposite. Lydia, you suspect, you's a liar. You're suspect as hell. Uche is suspect because he acted like he let me. He's like, sorry to that woman. I don't know that woman. She ain't mean nothing to me, but y'all have all this history and the way y'all were chatting, it didn't seem that way. So somebody is lying. So when Uche went to the pods, because he said, babe, I love you, Aaliyah. It's on and popping. I'm gonna come get my wife like a man is supposed to do. Baby, the voice from the sky. Uche, God, is that you? Aaliyah left. Aaliyah left. I said, thank you, Aaliyah. Because she said in real life, she would never date one of her friends' exes or men. And they had her in this crazy situation. And she did not appreciate it at all. So that was episode 4. I don't think the weird thing is, I think they already showing that Taylor and JP about to have an issue. I hope it's not another arena, Taylor. Please don't do that shit because female Shrek was just nasty about it. And then I think that Stacy and Izzy look good on paper, but because Izzy looked like he got a damn problem, a tick, even when he's talking, like he looks like he loves hard, and if you don't give it back, he gonna act all the way up on you. Like be out in your bushes and stuff. And Stacy, like the party turn up, she's in everybody's faces. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Because I think Johnny might have been better, even though she's crazy as hell too. Because Izzy's looking for a family and Johnny has a big family. That might have worked out better. Lydia and Milton, ain't no way. First of all, the aesthetics of it all, I know it's not supposed to matter. The other thing too, she's 30 and he's 24. And she said she loved Nerd, but she went after Izzy first. Baby, I can't wait till they see each other. It's about to be a cluster. Let me know what you think about season 5, episodes 1 through 4. I'm going to drop the videos like this because it's better for me. I will come back for the next set. I'm going to try because, baby, y'all, life has been lifing. But I need you guys to do me a favor. You know what I'm going to ask you to do? It's free $99. It don't cost nothing. Do your girl a favor. Do your girl a favor and go ahead and like the video if you've been digging the content, if you appreciate what I do. Hey, even if you don't like me, you just feel like tapping a button. Go ahead and like the video. Move me up the algorithm. Like I said, y'all been showing y'all behinds in these shorts, but I'm like, hey, I'm here for it. I'm here. I'm a grown woman. I am here for it. Said like the video, what we learned on these episodes of Love is Blind, people will try to fit a square peg in a round hole. People be lying. People need to learn how to accept people past. Some is wrong with Lydia and Uche, some ain't right. Maybe they are actually a couple when they went into the pods and they plan just to be on TV. We don't know. Chris divulged his trauma. I shout out to you. Love coming from my direction. Poor Leah just want to be loved, and she on here crying already. If you already crying like this, girl, what you think gonna happen down the line? Love is Blind has amped up the drama. I don't know if the connections are real. I want these shows to bring the love back. I know it's a writer's strike, but damn. And why is Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey still there? What I am going to say is I watched an amazing documentary on Jessica Simpson. It made me remember why I feel the way I feel about that couple. But anyways, other than the antics on the show, that's super trash. Like I always say to you guys, love who loves you. May God bless you with everything that you need. And guess what? The CPS Scholar is out. Have a happy Sunday.